This episode of the Royal Insider is brought to you by Covenant Health. Covenant Health, the official sports medicine partner of Johnson University Athletics.
Back with another edition of the Royal Insider. I'm your host today, Addison Lafayette, and today we're going to do a little preview on men's basketball as the season gets started here in a couple days. Joining me later on the show is going to be senior Mason Lockhart, but joining me right now is Coach Logan Sharp. Coach Sharp, thank you for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're excited for you and your team and to get the season going. What are your thoughts going into this season? How are y'all preparing for your game on Sunday?
Saturday is our first one.
Okay, Saturday.
Yeah, so looking forward to it. It's been a long preseason, long off season, building up to this point. We've had about a month and a couple weeks of practices now, so our guys are a little, worn out of beating up on each other and looking forward to the opportunity to go out and compete against two really good teams that are nationally ranked this weekend.
And as we get closer to the first game of the season, how are you feeling about this team and where they're at right now?
It's a good question. I'll probably be able to tell you Sunday night. So we got a really good group of guys, good people. I think we have a really talented group, probably my most talented group since we've been here at Johnson. So, we have a couple key returners mixed in with some transfers and freshmen that I think give us a chance to compete at the top of our conference and hopefully can make it back to the national tournament. But there's really a lot of unknowns until the ball gets tipped and you kind of see how we play and kind of how we react when the bullets get flying. So really looking forward to this weekend and finding out a lot about our team from these two games we have coming up.
Yeah, I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited to watch you this season. I have really high hopes for y'all, and I think a lot of other people do, as y'all were picked second overall in the AAC, and you're also receiving votes nationally. What does that recognition mean to you, mean to the team? How does that kind of change your focus going into this year?
Yeah, I think it's something to be proud of and an accomplishment for the guys that have played here in the past, building it up to this point. Our staff, our assistant coaches, it is an accomplishment to be recognized, in that way. But that's something that we're not satisfied with. We don't want to come in second in the conference this year, and we want to be a team at the end of the year that is ranked and not just receiving votes. So it's a good starting point, and I think something that's a testament to this athletic department in general. And our program, but it's something that I think our guys are, not satisfied with, but happy to get a little bit of recognition to start the year.
Yeah, and it gives some good motivation going into the beginning of the season, kind of like more of a why we're here.
Yeah.
I think we were all super excited when we saw that for you guys. So definitely excited to see how that plays out this season.
Yeah.
You've put together a really tough non-conference schedule this year. What was your mindset going into that and planning that out?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think we play 8 non-conference games. A handful of those are against teams that are currently ranked and historically good programs. Our mindset was, we're going to have to play those caliber of teams when we get to the national tournament. Yeah. And, even in our conference, there's 3 teams made the national tournament last year. So we wanted to really challenge ourselves early on so that way, when the conference slate hits, it's nothing that we hadn't seen in the preseason. I think, we can learn a lot from it, and it gives our guys a mindset of this is the standard. These are the type of teams, this is what top 25 teams look like. If we want to be that, we got to go out and compete and beat these teams. So I think also it adds an element of, if you go out and win some of those games, it gives you a chance at an at-large bid, which is something that we got last year, first time in AAC history for men's basketball. So it allows us, the opportunity to go out and compete in those games, and hopefully helps our, strength of schedule and our overall resume with the national committee come March.
Yeah. So obviously we haven't really got to watch you guys play yet. But if you had to describe kind of the group's identity this year, how would you describe it to fans?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think each season each team's different. So you're trying to find your identity. We have in our rotation, a handful of those guys are new guys. So I think in the preseason we've been trying to establish our identity, how we want to play and stuff. And we're a team that this group in general works really hard. We want to hang our hat on the defensive end and allow our defense to translate to offense. We have a talented athletic group, so we'd love to get out and play in transition, but at the same time, if we don't have it, I think it's no secret. I think we have one of the best players in the country on our team in Mason Lockhart, and really got solid guys around him. So, we're kind of old school. We'll play a little bit inside and out. He's a really good passer and can find his teammates when he gets doubled and stuff. So I think our identity will consistently, change or develop throughout the year. But I think we have a good base foundation of like what we want to be and what we want to look like going forward.
For sure. You guys also have a lot of new players this year. How do you think working in the preseason has helped to kind of form new relationships and new friendships with people on the team? Because I know that can be hard.
Yeah.
When you have a lot of newcomers coming on and no one really knows each other, they haven't played together before. So how do you think that y'all have really worked on building that in the preseason?
I think also in the recruiting process, like a lot of our freshmen have been on campus multiple times, came to camp, so they all kind of already knew each other before school started, the freshmen. And a lot of our returners, hosted them on recruiting visits and stuff. So they kind of already had a base foundation of like some type of relationship before school started. A lot of our transfers, we have two or three transfers that were teammates in junior college. We're are really good friends with Mason Lockhart. So they also had kind of a base foundation relationship as well.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, for sure. And so getting everybody together has been pretty easy to have people come together. We've done different team bonding things throughout the preseason, but I think it's a group that likes spending time together. A lot of them room together in the dorms, live together. Our grad students. So it's been a pretty easy process. I think this group in general, like we have a lot of talented guys that some of their roles might be different here, but at the end of the day, I think it's a group that like can put egos aside for the sake of like they want to win and they want to win a championship. So I think that's a good recipe when you have mature older guys that have one common goal in common.
Yeah, for sure. So speaking of some of those newcomers or returners, who do you think or expect could take some big steps this season?
Yeah, I mean, returners, we'll start there. We have Mason Lockhart, who he actually has taken a step forward even from last season in the off season. Caden Wendell is a sophomore this year who played a big role for us, started some games last year, was a key piece off the bench for us. He's going to be a starter this year, and Dallas Carball is somebody who's had a great preseason. He's unfortunately injured right now, but we hope to get him back in a couple weeks. Yeah. He's taken a step forward. Trying to think, Tucker Patterson's a guy who he wasn't in our rotation last year and has taken a step forward this year and has put himself in that conversation. And then newcomers, we have a handful of freshman newcomers that I think down the line in a year or so are going to be guys that can be rotation guys. Right now they're working hard and developing, so I'm not going to name each one of those by name, but some of the transfers that'll play big roles for us. Jacoby Strozer, transfer. He's from the Atlanta area. Really athletic, talented guy, one of our best defenders. He'll play a key role. Devon Cottle played at another NAIA school last year that made the national tournament. I think he averaged 14, 15 points a game. He's been solid for us. Livingston Cross is a grad student, and Ben Underwood, who is a grad student, are guys that will be in our rotation. Maybe start some games. We'll see. Jamar Brown is doing a really good job at the point guard position. Matea from St. Andrews, he was first team all-conference in our league last year. I think he averaged like 18 points a game. He's going to play a big role for us. So we have a handful of newcomers that we expect to be really important to us this year. So, we just try to stay healthy and work every day to get better and see where it takes us.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you got a lot of talent on your team, and I know I'm really excited to watch you guys this season. I think a lot of our fans are also excited. So speaking of fans, what would be a message that you would give to them? How can they best support you this season? What are you looking to get out of them this year?
Yeah, I mean, we want to create a great home court advantage. Ideally, I would like this gym to be the hardest place to play in the conference. And,
for sure. Yeah.
And at times we've had that in a few situations the last couple of years, but really want to create it to where it's every game. Yeah, we want every game, when the opposing team comes in, they know that, like, all right, it's going to be loud. The student section is going to be into it. It's going to be a crowded gym. And we have one of the nice facilities in the country. So just come out, support, pack it, and be loud.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, thank you, Coach Sharp, for joining me today. I appreciate you taking time to sit down and talk with me. And I'm really excited to see how you guys do this year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
All right, and we're back. Big thank you to Coach Sharp again for coming in and doing an interview with us. Now we have senior Mason Lockhart joining us. Thank you, Mason, for being here.
Of course. I'm ready for this one.
So today we're just going to spend a little time getting to know Mason and, what the vibes are for the upcoming season.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a senior, Mason.
Yes.
What was the off season like for you?
Mainly losing a lot of weight and just working on my game more, like expanding it more than just down low. Because, I'm like 6'6". So it's like I'm not always going to be down low if I go overseas or like my grad year. So I have to work on my game, shooting threes, ball handling. So I did a lot of that this summer, stayed in the gym 24/7. So I would
Good stuff.
have physical therapy, all that stuff.
Good,
Yeah.
good. All right, Mason, you made a big jump last year, becoming the newcomer of the year. What parts of your game have you been working on the hardest to prepare for this season?
Definitely the three.
Yeah.
Definitely the three ball. Working on my jump shot, free throws a lot. Worked on that a lot, and just getting the rebound and just pushing the ball. So basically, ball handling, free throws, and shooting the three.
Okay, good to know. Quick question for you: where's your favorite shot, or where is your favorite place on the court to shoot a three? Where are you most confident?
I just found out my favorite shot is basically the corner or the top of the key.
Okay,
So,
cool. We'll be looking out for that this season for sure. So from your perspective, what do you think feels a little bit different about this year's team versus last year's team?
So I think last year's team, we were more like getting to know each other than like we had like a spurt where we weren't like together. It was like the St. Andrews game. And then after that game, we actually came together and turned it up and went to the conference championship. We didn't win, but like you could see we came together, but it was too late in the season. This year, we had that experience in a scrimmage to where like we're coming together right now. So like I'm glad it's coming. I'm glad it's happening right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So when the season's coming, but like 2 days, our first game, I feel like we're ready for the first game.
Yeah.
Playing against ranked opponents, so we have to be ready.
Yeah. Do you feel like the team chemistry is? I know you said last year it took y'all a little bit to get there, but do you feel like y'all are clicking better this year?
Yeah, we're clicking faster than usual.
Okay.
That's surprising because I didn't think we would click as fast as I thought we would, but we're actually clicking faster.
Especially because y'all have a lot of new guys on the team
Yeah,
this
we
year,
have
right?
a lot of new guys. We only returned like 4 of us.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we're actually clicking more than I expected.
Well, that's good. So coaches often talk a lot about like culture and discipline within the team. As a player, what do you think buying into that culture or that discipline looks like for you?
For me, as coach told me, I have to be a leader. So I have to buy in, do what the coaches say, because it trickles off the coach. It goes from the coach to me as the best player, as he says, and then to the rest of the team, it goes down the list. So buying in is something we have to do for us to win, because we have a great team, great players. Actually, I think we have a better chance of going farther than we did last year with the players that we have.
Yeah,
and bringing in
great.
like Ben from Union and then bringing in Mateo from St. Andrews, they best players on the team coming to the team. So we actually have to buy in and play our roles for us to actually win this year.
Yeah. You talked about being a leader. What do you think being a leader means on this team?
On this team, you have to communicate. Like, you just can't like yell at them, or you just have to like actually like talk to them, especially on this team. So you just basically have to just talk to them. That's basically it. I'm not really a talker, so I have to really work on that myself. I'm basically like a guy just gonna hoop and they just follow my lead.
Yeah.
But I have to talk this year.
So it's a little bit of a challenge for you, but a good challenge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have a few rapid fire questions for you. These are going to be fun.
Okay.
So just give me the first answer that comes to your mind whenever I ask you these questions.
Okay.
Who on the team is going to win a 3-point contest?
That's easly Caden Wendell. Caden Wendell.
Okay. Who is the funniest guy on the team?
It's between okay. I gotta give it to Jamar.
Okay.
I gotta give it to Jamar.
Okay.
Jamar's the funniest.
Who is always late to practice?
Devon. That's
Okay.
that's an easy question.
Like
Devon.
consistently.
But he either has a late class or like he's just getting his ankles taped and he be doing it late. So
Yeah.
it's Devon.
It happens.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite NBA player?
LeBron easily.
Yeah.
The king. So
Question: have you watched Starting Five on Netflix?
no, I haven't watched.
You
the one
need to
from last
watch
year.
that.
I have not watched
They
it.
got really deep into LeBron's story. It
So
was,
yeah, I have to watch that one and the new one. So,
yes, you need to get on that.
yeah.
If you could describe Coach Sharp in one word, what do you think that would be?
Coach Sharp. Short. I'm just playing. But no, Coach Sharp is smart. He's a smart coach. He came up with some plays this year that we didn't have last year, which is going to mess a lot of people up. And they actually messed us up in practice because we were like, okay. He reminds me of J.J. Redick. So,
Okay.
yeah, so smart. He's a smart coach.
Yeah.
I like him. I like
Good.
playing for him.
You do?
Yeah, he's the reason
Good.
I came back. So
Good. Good. One last question for you. If you could give one message to the Johnson fan base for this upcoming season, what would that message be?
it's going to be fun watching us. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun watching us and the way we play and
Yeah.
the way we come together. And we're going to be a top 15 in the country type team. So it's going to be fun watching us this year.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to watch you. Thank you again for joining me. Had a great time getting to know you better, and I'm sure the fans would too. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care. Because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
All right, and we're back with the last segment of this show. Logan Galbraith is joining me today. And we're just going to give you a little rundown of what's going on at JU this week and what's coming up, as we have some exciting things to look forward to. We did have a very interesting week this last week, didn't we, Logan?
Yeah, we really did. We had some really big games from volleyball.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we can start with volleyball. Volleyball had a very intense day on Saturday, beating the number one team in the conference, undefeated, Reinhardt.
yeah.
That was exciting.
Yeah, we were both there for that game. That was probably one of the best volleyball matches I've ever sat through.
Oh, I agree.
So we started out and we won the first two sets. We won the first set pretty convincingly.
Oh, yeah.
And then they came back. They won the third set convincingly. The fourth set
I went back and forth for a second.
I think the second set actually was like a
really
30.
close.
It was a lot of extra points played. And then the fifth set, it goes to 15. It was 13-13, and we win those last two. It was awesome. So
exciting.
to hand them their first conference loss and then go on the road on Tuesday right after and sweep Tennessee Wesleyan, who came in and beat us in 5 sets earlier in the year.
Yep.
It was an awesome week to be a Royals volleyball fan.
Yeah, it really was. You can definitely tell that the momentum is there. The chemistry is great.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're just really excited. I know a lot of them are looking forward to this week as we have senior night this Friday. next Friday.
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
But yeah, I've loved watching them play.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed it. I think the fans have really enjoyed it. I mean, people get really into those games, especially that Reinhardt game.
Yeah, and it's just the chemistry, like you said, has just built throughout the year. They're playing a lot more comfortable, a lot more free, and I think they're really poised to make a really good run in the conference tournament and hopefully even the national tournament after that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really excited to see what's in store for them. Going back a little bit, soccer, both our men and women's soccer teams wrapped up their seasons this last week. And the women's soccer team actually qualified for the conference tournament for the second year in a row, which was super exciting for them.
Yeah, second year in a row. Just great things going on over in that program. A lot of good growth through the year.
For sure.
They started the year off a little rough, but they really started to find their identity throughout the year. Qualified for the conference tournament for the second year in a row. Really, really close game with Brunel. They ended up losing 1-0. They got Brunel scored in the 80th minute, so really tough loss. But it's exciting to see them picking up where they left off last year for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I really enjoyed getting to know a lot of those players, both on the men and women's team. A lot of talent there. So I'm really proud of them and all that they did this year. And yeah, just overall really happy for them. So now, as we mentioned earlier, volleyball is playing again this weekend. We're going to do a little bit of what's coming up in this next week. Obviously, we have Halloween coming up, which is a big one. I know we've talked about that. I think some of our teams are going to be dressing up for practice.
I'm excited. I think baseball and softball are both doing either a costume scrimmage or like little game. I think baseball might be doing a kickball game.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to see what they dress up as, but I really want to see what the coaches dress up as.
Oh, I know.
I'm curious to see what Dave and Dana both dress up as.
I think that'll be really funny. I've heard a few things about what some of the girls are going to wear, and I was laughing just picturing it in my head, so I can only imagine how they're going to show up to practice and either play a game or do something in their costume. I think is going to be hilarious.
I think it's going to be pretty funny for sure.
Yeah, we got to go and get some videos and photos of that.
Make sure to check out the social media to get some pictures.
Yeah, for sure. I think it'll be really funny. But yeah, so volleyball's wrapping up their season at the end of next week, having senior night on Friday night, and then a big game on Saturday, right, Logan? Yeah,
they got a big game to finish up their season. They got Pikeville at home. I think the way the standings sit right now, Columbia International and Reinhardt are tied for first with 10 points. We are in third with 9.5 points, and then Pikeville's right below us with 9 points. So it's really close with those top four teams. So that'll be a really big match for us for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited about that, and especially to have those last games at home. I think will be fun. So make sure you guys come out and support. I know the girls will really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And obviously, as you know, we just talked about basketball. Basketball gets going this weekend. Our men's basketball team is set to play on Saturday, and our women's actually starts tomorrow on Friday.
Yeah, so both of them starting off in away tournaments. The women's team starts off at Bethel, and then the men's team starts at Reinhardt. The men's team actually, their first 4 matches are against top 20 opponents. So going to be a really good tell for how that season's going to go. Going to be a really good test for them to prepare them for the rest of their season. The women playing some really good competition too down at Bethel. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be a really big weekend for both basketball programs this weekend.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited, especially once we get into those home basketball games. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of home basketball games, as some of you know who have come to our volleyball games, we started selling tickets this year. So we are going to be doing the same for basketball, but we have a season pass. So, and that season pass gets you into both men and women's games.
Both men and women's. It's definitely the better deal.
Yep.
You save a lot of money if you plan on coming to our basketball games. I think if you come to just 10 home games, it pays for itself. So, really good, smart decision to get that season pass if you plan on supporting. And I hope you do plan on supporting us because it's going to be a really, really good year for basketball this year.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you, Logan. I think this week's episode was good. We did a little bit of a different format. So if you stayed till the end and you watched all the way through, put a turtle emoji in the comments and let me know what you think. Let me know. I seriously want to know.
Yeah. We're like you said, we're testing out a little bit different format.
Yeah.
So we want to hear your honest thoughts about what you think of the different format. So
And I know I'm still new to host, as this is only my second time, so feel free to give me some pointers. I know I could use them. But anywho, I think that's all we have for today's show, and we will be back next week with the women's head coach Brian Lahan as him and one of his players join us to do a little preview into what their season's going to look like. I'm excited about that.
I am too. I think it'll be a good one.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's all for this week's episode, and we'll see you next week.